Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Yende. Let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone for the very first time and instantly liked them? Or felt uneasy around someone within seconds, even though they had done absolutely nothing wrong? Most of us have felt this. A feeling, an intuition, a gut reaction. Something inside us quietly says, trust this person, or be careful. But where does that feeling come from? Is it intuition, instinct, experience, bias, or is there an actual biological system in your brain making those calculations in real time? Today, we're exploring one of the most fascinating questions in neuroscience. How does the brain decide who is safe, who is trustworthy, who belongs in our inner circle? And why do some people instantly calm our nervous system while others trigger stress, anxiety, and vigilance? The answer lies in a remarkable conversation between the brain, the heart, the nervous system, and millions of years of human evolution. Your brain is a survival machine. Before your brain worries about happiness, before it worries about success, before it worries about love, it worries about survival. Every moment of every day, your nervous system is scanning the environment, looking for danger, looking for opportunity, looking for signals that answer one simple question: am I safe? This process happens largely outside conscious awareness. Long before you consciously evaluate someone, your brain has already started evaluating them. And one of the first structures involved is the amygdala. The amygdala, your internal threat detector. Deep inside the brain sits a small almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. Think of it as your internal security officer. The amygdala constantly scans faces, voices, movements, body language, eye contact, facial expressions, emotional tone. It makes these assessments extraordinarily fast, often within fractions of a second before conscious thought even begins. Researchers have shown that the amygdala can respond to emotional facial expressions in less than 100 milliseconds. That's faster than a blink. Your brain is judging safety before you even realize it. Why first impressions feel so powerful? Many people think first impressions are irrational, but neuroscience suggests something more interesting. The brain evolved in environments where rapid decisions improved survival. Thousands of years ago, hesitation could be dangerous. Your ancestors didn't have time for detailed personality assessments. The nervous system developed shortcuts, fast judgments, pattern recognition, threat detection. That ancient machinery still operates today. The challenge is that our brains evolved for small tribes, not modern cities, airports, offices, social media, and dating apps. Sometimes these instincts help us. Sometimes they mislead us. The secret language of micro-expressions. Most communication is nonverbal. Tiny facial movements, micro-expressions, body posture, eye movements, changes in muscle tension. These signals often last only fractions of a second, yet the brain notices them, even when we do not consciously recognize them. A forced smile feels different from a genuine smile. A fake laugh feels different from authentic joy. The nervous system is constantly processing these cues, and remarkably, it often does so without our awareness. Your brain listens to voices differently than words. Here's something fascinating. When someone speaks, your brain evaluates two separate messages: what they are saying and how they are saying it. The second may be more important. Researchers call this vocal prosody. Prosody includes tone, rhythm, pitch, cadence, emotional warmth. A calm voice often signals safety. An aggressive tone may trigger vigilance. Even infants respond to vocal tone before they understand language. Your nervous system listens before your intellect does, and that ancient system continues throughout life. Why some people make you feel calm? Have you ever noticed that certain people immediately make you feel relaxed? You breathe easier. You think more clearly. You feel less anxious. This isn't just psychological. It may be biological. One explanation involves the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve helps regulate heart rate, breathing, digestion, stress response, emotional regulation. When we interact with someone we perceive as safe, vagal activity often increases. The body shifts toward recovery mode. Heart rate slows. Breathing deepens, muscle tension decreases, the nervous system relaxes. That's the feeling we often call comfort. The role of oxytocin. Now let's talk about one of the most famous molecules in social neuroscience, oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. Though that description is overly simplistic, oxytocin influences trust, attachment, empathy, social connection, emotional bonding, stress regulation. Positive social interactions can increase oxytocin activity. This helps strengthen feelings of connection and social safety. But oxytocin does something else too. It influences how the brain interprets other people. It helps shift the balance from suspicion toward cooperation. In evolutionary terms, it helped humans build families, tribes, and communities. Without trust, civilization would not exist. The heart knows before the mind. One of the most exciting areas of modern research involves heart rate variability, or HRV. HRV measures the variation between heartbeats. Contrary to what many people assume, a healthy heart is not perfectly regular. It is flexible, adaptive, responsive. Higher HRV is generally associated with resilience, recovery, emotional regulation, stress adaptability. Lower HRV often reflects stress, anxiety, fatigue, burnout, nervous system strain. Researchers increasingly use HRV as a window into emotional and social experience. Certain social interactions improve HRV, others suppress it. Your heart often reveals what your mind has not yet recognized. The biology of trust. Trust is often seen as a moral concept, but trust is also biological. The brain constantly weighs two competing forces, protection and connection. Too much suspicion creates isolation. Too much trust creates vulnerability. Healthy human relationships require balance. The nervous system continually updates that balance based on experience. That's why trust is built gradually. Every positive interaction updates the brain's predictive model. Every betrayal updates it too. Trust is not a single decision. It is an ongoing biological calculation. Why trauma changes trust. This also helps explain why trust is harder for some people. Past experiences matter. A person who has experienced betrayal, abuse, abandonment, or chronic stress often develops a more sensitive threat detection system. The amygdala becomes more vigilant, and the nervous system becomes more protective. This is not weakness. It is adaptation. The brain is trying to prevent future harm. Understanding this helps us replace judgment with compassion. Many people are not distrustful because they want to be. They are protecting themselves based on what they've lived through. Can technology measure trust? This brings us to the future. Wearable technology is beginning to provide unprecedented insight into the biology of human connection. Smart rings, HRV tracking, stress monitoring, sleep analysis, recovery metrics, biometric data. Future systems may help identify when we feel safe, when we feel threatened, when relationships improve resilience, when environments create chronic stress, and perhaps even when trust is growing. Not because technology can read minds, but because the body leaves measurable clues. The future of health intelligence may include relationship intelligence. The OXYZEN perspective. At OXYZEN Health Intelligence, we believe that understanding human health means understanding human connection. Because loneliness affects biology, trust affects biology, safety affects biology, relationships affect biology. Your nervous system does not operate in isolation. It responds continuously to the people around you. The healthiest environments are not only physically safe, they are emotionally safe, psychologically safe, biologically safe, and that safety may be one of the most powerful medicines we have. Final thought. Perhaps the most important insight from neuroscience is this: human beings do not merely survive through intelligence, we survive through connection. The brain is constantly asking, who can I trust? Who understands me? Who helps me feel safe? And every conversation, every smile, every gesture, every act of kindness shapes that answer. The future of health may not depend only on better medications or better technology. It may depend on creating environments where the human nervous system can finally relax, because when the brain feels safe, the body performs differently, the heart performs differently, and life itself feels different. I'm Dr. Yende, and this is OXYZEN Health Intelligence, helping you decode your biology, one insight at a time. Thank you for listening.